Okay, day 156, the Awan Brotherhood, and you knew it sooner or later we would get to murder. We've got everything else. So today I'm going to say Dan Scavino again, along with RT and RT UK News. The reason why I choose RT is because Russia's being accused in this situation, and I think the people who are defending themselves have the best motive to publish this information and get the truth out. I mean, if you were being illegally accused of all the stuff the Russians are being accused of, you'd want to put this out too. So that's why I say keep putting it out to RT and RT UK News especially, because I believe there's some muting of RT here in the US. Also, or this may be Moscow, I don't know where the IP goes to. But anyway, I'm going to give the congressional staffers here involved with the 31 Democrats a way out here with Dan Scavino. So please send this on to Dan Scavino, and I'd like his staff to see this as well. Eventually, when you run all these rat lines, you're going to, and you do these hacks and wiretaps and so forth, for people in the intelligence community, you're going to end up having to kill someone. When you run a lot of agencies that defraud people and so forth, you're going to run into people who want to sue you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. For those who don't remember, these are the three Awan brothers, and this is a beta one. A beta one ran a car company called CIA, Cars International. He had to add that A on there. Of course, they were all making $160,000 a year, 3 times whatever. And I'm also going to give new life to Nanoset today. I was a little bit jumpy last night and shouldn't have gotten off the Nanoset trail. Matter of fact, I was right on the trail. Again, you remember all the mortgage companies that they started. We're going to go to agri-marketing in Montreal here pretty quick, and all the rice marketing through Boston, and all the that rat line with hackers coming down through to New York. But today I want to talk about all these car companies, the Regional Car Center, the CIA that I spoke of with a bead over here in Falls Church. Down here, Natalia, the wife, had easy car buying. I think there's like going to be 6 or 7 of these car companies in all. Well, one of the things that they did was they took cars from other dealers and did consignment, which means you can put it on their lot, which means you have to pay nothing for the inventory. So it looks like you're a car dealer. So you could be using your money for other things. Then if somebody buys it, you pay the dealer back. Well, in this case, people bought the cars and he didn't pay the dealer back. So they were just taking other dealers' cars and selling them. So, of course, they sued. And, of course, Awan had to declare. He ran up $1 million, and that's on the previous page. He ran up $1 million in debt doing that successfully. Remember, all these corporations are 16 months. They're crashed after the credit situation, and then they start new ones. So that's going to be the same way for the rice shipments. So here's Nanoset Technologies, and here they are in Alexandria, Virginia, close to Manassas, Virginia, Civil War fame and so forth. They start this company, New Dawn 2001 Corporation, when Hillary's talking about all these mangoes. But let's look. I thought New Dawn was just formed in July 9, 2011, but actually it goes back to 2002 to Texas. That's the Texas connection. This Abdul Hasnat, who was down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Bedford, which is a suburb, is going to be where Nanoset Technology, not Technologies, I had that wrong, it should be a Y, was first formed, and she is the Interior Minister of Pakistan. Now, if you wanted to offshore a bioweapons program or offshore different unsavory technologies in the CIA, you would use someone like Pakistan, because we've used them before for operations like Operation Cyclone and so forth, to offshore unsavory practices. But I won't talk about that now. I'll just talk about this Awan Brothers company now, where it was originally formed. Here they moved it from Bedford up in Dallas down to Waco. So the address is going to be Monarch Drive, Waco, Texas. Okay, here's the Awan Brothers LLC. There's their LLC number, 320-493-75036, a Texas SOS filing, Secretary of State filing. You can see all the numbers here if you get to my slides, okay? So it's going to say that this was registered to this Monarch Drive over here, so forth. And the registered agent is going to be the person the Secretary of State sends all correspondence to. So they'll send that with registered email if somebody's suing you or so forth. You're going to have a registered agent. And in this case, the registered agent for this company is Arshad, Arshad, Mahmood. So Mahmood, just like your mood changes and so forth. Well, I started looking at that, and this great researcher down and found this. Arshad Mahmood I just wonder if that is any relationship to Manassas Mahmood. You probably, if you're in the Virginia area, you probably know 2 years ago there was this Manassas Mahmood, the Manassas Mauler, Manassas Murder, Manassas Massacre, Manassas Mahmood. Very famous if you lived in the kind of Beltway area. So I wondered, is this Arshad Mahmood related to this guy here who hired two Guatemala MS-13 gang members to suffocate a car dealer in Chesterfield being very close to Manassas and so forth, and the other home Springfield and Falls Church area. Suffocated, they've hired these two Guatemalan gang members to suffocate this car dealer, who was also Muslim, was in the Muslim mosque around this car dealership. It was called Three Amigos car dealership, used car dealers. And I just wondered, well, what if that Three Amigos guy was giving cars or consigning cars to one of these 10 or 12 different Awan brothers car dealerships, and he was going to also sue, like Abid was sued in 2012. That would create another firestorm and put attention on the Awan brothers yet again. Well, that car dealer was murdered, and that registered agent, Arshad Mahmood, is right here. Manassas police are searching for the man. He's a Pakistani national, it turns out. It turns out he fled to Pakistan. Where have we heard that before? So if you add an Awan on the end of this name, I think you'll find him. If you want to call the Chesterfield police right now, if you want to call the Manassas police right now, I think you'll find Arshad Mahmood Awan in not only in Pakistan, but you're going to find him in Punjab. You're going to find he should be a registered foreign agent through the FARA Act. If he's not, then he was obviously ducking the FARA Act. Again, I wouldn't say that murder was involved here if Pakistani 111 regiment wasn't involved in all these murders and coups all over the world that the CIA has used them for, basically as their hitmen for all over the world. They weren't running a pharmacy. If they weren't running an animal pharmaceuticals, everyone knows the common dodge for drug dealers is to bring in animal pharmaceuticals, decapsulate it, recapsulate it in terms of human capsules, and then you sell it to the VA, or you sell it to major insurers like Spectrum Health, or you sell it to a chain of nursing homes, all large consumers, Medicaid, so forth, fraud, etc. So this is a common narco-terrorist tactic. Again, I'm not the one who put Pakistan 111 paraphernalia all over my car with skull and crossbones. All through this, I didn't show this 111 video, but all through this is guns, posing with guns. I didn't put any of the gun porn in here, but all through this video, it's just guns, and army fatigues, as well as, being, Mr. Spy here with sharp cars and so forth. So again, if this, the martial arts, they're bringing the martial arts stuff into the different mosques and so forth, I wouldn't have this problem. Again, if the rice shipments coming into the U.S. weren't 16 months apart, like the car companies being 16 months apart, it looks very much like these rice orders with this basmati. Just think of bath mat with an accent on the end. Basmati, very sweet-smelling bags that hide the odor of heroin that are being brought into the United States. And you take that money and then you buy a couple of cars. Again, this should be nanoset. I like the fact that somebody comes in and misspells this, because it just draws more attention to that. I don't know why these little hacks. It's funny, but anyway, I'm going to help out the House staffers now. Trust me, the only problem with my videos is I don't have enough time for all the evidence. And believe me, all of the congressional staffers of the 31 Democrats are going to be subpoenaed before this is all over. So I'm going to give you a chance here to get out from under this, especially the folks that are staffers for people on these committees: House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, House Homeland Security, and Foreign Affairs. All your phone records are going to be accessed. All your server logs are going to be accessed. So I'm just giving everybody a chance here. Here's the 31. We know who the 31. If you have any idea about the burglaries, I'm going to give you a chance here. So if you were in the top secret hearings for the Awan brothers, etc., if you're involved with any of these businesses in the private sector, now's the time to come forward. The offshore employment, if you're involved in the Awan brothers transport with the transporting the fruit, and so forth. So let's go back to just for the congressional staffers. I'll have a way for the people in the private sector to come forward. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go up to Dan Scavino, up at the White House. We're going to do exactly what Devin Nunes did. We're going to go into the White House, figure out some reason to get over the Eisenhower building on the White House grounds. You don't have to go to the White House. Just ask for Dan Scavino and just mention the word donuts and just say, I love Portland donuts. Have you ever been to Voodoo Donuts? So Voodoo Donuts is the key code. The first person who says, I love Voodoo Donuts, that's going to be your person who's going to take you into the skiff and depose you. Somebody from the White House staff, chief counsel will come over and depose you. Do not go to the FBI. He will cut you off and make your life miserable for being a whistleblower. I'm just telling you right now from personal experience. Go to the White House, go to Dan Scavino. He'll send somebody over from the White House counsel's office. They'll depose you in a skiff. He can't, they have, the skiffs, I believe, are compromised on Capitol Hill with carbon fiber mics, but I do not believe the skiff in the Eisenhower building has been compromised. Okay, that's all for this morning.